Okay. Welcome everyone. This is our friend.
Yes, this is our special guest for tonight.
It's we aren't saying his name because his name will be on the screen.
Yes.
Below him.
Yes.
Be sure.
And next to him, a comparison to some funny picture that Dennis has.
Yeah, probably. I will be sure to include all our names just in case you didn't watch the previous episode. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell us something about yourself?
Yes.
Because we have all told things about ourselves, personal things.
Yes, very personal.
Yes, very personal. So
I saw the latest episode.
You even isn't that kind of weird? Like watching our episode. I mean, you live like down the street. Are you sure you watched our episode? Because if you want to have like the real thing, you can just go here.
I watched it 2 days late, even.
Yeah, so that's not good. You should probably watch that more often and like more meticulously.
So this is the free-to-player.
I'm a free-to-player.
You now have the possibility to defend yourself. Go. Yeah,
he can't defend himself.
He's got nothing.
He's got nothing. And that's okay.
So clearly the argument's over now, and we won.
Yeah. Like I told Robin off screen a couple of days ago, I felt I had to defend myself.
Well, you don't have to. I mean, you can also always just give up, lay down your arms, and surrender to those greater than yourself.
Like
surrender,
like the French.
How much money have you spent on World of Tanks?
Free-to-play game.
Free to play, yes.
Yes, please, divulge us.
Yes, World of Tanks, the free to play game.
The game that's free, usually.
How much have you paid for the free-to-play game?
2 years of subscription.
And how much does it cost per month?
120 Swedish crowns.
So that's 2,400. No,
And
120 per month. 1,200. Yeah, that's like over 6,000.
On the other hand, there are people that have played World of Warcraft for...
I have also bought a lot of premium.
Holy crap.
Is
Is that like $1,000 just on World of Tanks?
That's
insane.
That's nothing.
You know,
I don't play World of Tanks anymore. I play War Thunder.
How much money have you spent on War Thunder? Do you own all the premium planes?
No, a year of subscription on both Steam and PlayStation 4.
At the same time?
At the same time.
You know, I bet that some people who played like World of Tanks and War Thunder right from the start, they've accumulated so much.
Well, I played the World of Tanks from beta stage.
Yeah.
Did you get the Founders Pack?
No.
Perhaps.
There weren't any Founders.
No, that was
before.
That was Mech Warrior.
Yes, Mech Warrior.
But
So do you play Mech?
I play Mech Warrior.
They did play Mech Warrior.
I play Mech Warrior and I have bought 2 Founders package. Each on 800 Swedish crowns.
I'm just saying that if people who've played War Thunder and games like that from the start save that money, they could probably buy a real tank with that money by now.
I could probably have bought a real tank if you include all the money I laid down on Warhammer. Warhammer figurines.
Yeah, that's for nerds. Yeah, we don't do
you don't play Warhammer. No.
But we can't really classify Warhammer as a free-to-play game.
No, that's not a free-to-play.
That's the opposite of free-to-play.
That's free-to-pay. But it's not free-to-pay because if you don't pay and get your own miniatures,
then you can't play in tournaments. You know, I'm kind of afraid to discuss Warhammer stuff like that because I don't even know if we can say in games Bork Shop. So, just in case, I'm gonna call them Games Workshop.
Yeah.
Because those guys are like really known for suing people and being generally hardasses.
Better not mention the devil, lest you call his attention to you.
But free to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like...
Yeah.
You said something with black.
Black light
Blacklight, yeah. Isn't
That's also
that's a really weird name for an FPS?
Yes, it's a. I played that one too.
Yeah, but,
Me and Daniel.
Daniel
Daniel Lundqvist.
Daniel Lundqvist.
That's a fantastically Swedish name.
Yes.
But that's just a weird name for like an FPS because a blacklight isn't that the thing you use to like light up?
And it's very shiny.
Yeah, but
Yeah, the ultraviolet light that
No, the games.
certain bodily fluids.
yeah, what he's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's kind of weird name for an FPS. I never really got that part.
I played another FPS sort of free to play. You know, Warframe.
Warframe.
Yeah, Warframe, but isn't that like a third person?
Yeah.
It's not as much first
And
person.
you play that for like a week and then you give up on it.
I played that for a long time.
Long time.
They played it a lot.
A year.
Yeah, probably like a year.
And said Lundqvist.
I think they played it at least as much as Payday 2.
Yeah, but Payday 2 is...
No, not as much.
I probably played it.
Payday you pay for.
Yeah, Payday is a real game.
Yeah, it's a real game. I mean,
We haven't played these games because we spent all our time playing Dark Souls. We haven't played anything else.
yeah, that's why you barely register as gamers at this point. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, but it's true. Like it all depends. I actually thought about this for a long time, but when it comes to RPG games and games where you just quest and quest and quest and level up and kill stuff, I think those games make us into terrible people. Because if someone in real life were to come up to me and say like, I've got 10 dire rats in my basement, Dennis. This is a terrible situation. Could you please come home and kill them for me? I would probably not do that thing.
No,
just because of RPG
the
games.
Exterminator Union would come after you.
No, I would be like, I've had enough of these fucking quests. I will not do this bullshit. You can kill your own damn rats. I will not do this.
I think RPGs, single player RPGs, just makes you into a different kind of douchebag compared to competitive games online.
Yeah.
Because competitive games makes you competitive, and competitive people aren't nice at all. and single player RPGs doesn't make you a douchebag per se, but as soon as you sit down to talk with someone and a single person plays the same game as you will talk about that game. And it doesn't matter who else is there, you will talk about that game. And the other people will be left out, but you will talk about the game. It will be all that you talk about.
Yeah, but
nothing else.
That's kind of the same thing, and like most things are like that. Like if I went to people who were really into gardening, they would go like, "Oh shit, my carrots are off the roof, yo!" And I would be like, I have no reference to this subject.
But still, it's not the same for all games, because if you play a competitive games, you generally talk about that particular game, that match you played within the game that was nice. Certain things happened. You're like, yeah, I had this game recently where this and that happened. While if you play a single player game, you will just repeat the entire game for each other. We're like, do you know that quest? Yeah, that quest. Yeah, that was nice. Let's talk about that entire thing, even though we both played it.
But
and we like repeat everything we're already done.
BioWare is on the right track because you can solve the quest in multiple ways. So you'll go like, who did you fuck?
You know, that's kind of funny. I recently had a discussion with two people who played the Dragon Age Inquisition, and the first question we discussed was, who was your romance option?
Of course.
Yeah, we've done that.
We have done that too.
So,
On the bus.
it was so funny. I gotta share this because I tell this story to everyone. I was playing this Kunari 2 meters plus tall Battle Reaver Berserker Blood Muncher, and he walks around with this two-handed axe that can pretty much kill anything. And I'm in this romance situation because it's Valentine's. See, I connected it. Where I'm having a romance with this Cassandra chick. She's like this Spanish steward thingy, and she comes up to
Josephine.
me. Oh yeah, that's
Cassandra is the seeker.
Yeah, Cassandra is just hateful and full of lack of personality.
No, she likes romance and nice books and flowers.
Cassandra Pentagast.
So this Josephine, she comes up to my really huge character with muscles and bulging muscles and tattoos and tells him, "We can't get married. I've already been promised to this nobleman, this young nobleman. And I'm like, and she's like, the only way we can get married is if he would somehow call off the wedding because you would duel him. Oh no, such a thing. So I'm like standing there with my huge ass warrior, and there's this tiny little nobleman, and I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with him dueling me. You can battle a full-blooded Kunari battle reaver. I'm okay with this situation.
Yeah.
You bring on your little rapier and bring on your fancy little stick fighting. I will fucking murder you. So Dragon Age Inquisition is a fantastic way. I love the game just because it just brings these stories to life. And I think that's awesome. You were playing like a female dwarf?
As female dwarf, warrior, templar.
Did that limit your romance options?
As a dwarf or as a woman?
No, both.
No, as a woman you get more romance.
You get more romance.
But as a dwarf?
No.
That doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter. Race doesn't matter.
Actually it does. There are two.
Correct?
There is one unique option that you can only get if you're a female elf.
With Sir.
No, it's with the mage, the elven mage.
Solus.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you get most options if you play
A female elf.
female elf.
Yeah, then you
No,
have most options.
Class doesn't matter.
No.
Does it? Okay.
Class doesn't.
So I have to play a
Black
female elf.
Black Wall.
So I can romance all the dudes.
Well, yeah, obviously. Well, that's pretty true to life.
Yeah, I suppose. If there were female elves.
This got me wondering about other RPGs, and I can't at the moment immediately think about any other company beside BioWare that puts significant work into romance options in their games, except perhaps games specifically target at romancing, such as dating games. But
Yeah.
regular RPGs, it's not that common that you have that in-depth romance story that they try to do, though they do it very cheesy, but they do it. The option is there.
Yeah, I
I
don't
never
know.
played The Witcher.
I don't know if they really had a romance story in Neverwinter Nights, but from Knights of the Old Republic and forward, all BioWare games have had multiple romance
I think
quests.
there's
Yeah, the
some romance in
perhaps.
Neverwinter, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Yeah, it should be, because it's a very romantic setting.
But I mean, for example,
Yeah, dark fantasy, full of
Snow.
monsters and giant spiders.
in Elder
Snow.
Scrolls games, you can get married, you can have romance, but it's not an in-depth story in the same way. You don't romance, you can just get married.
Yeah,
it's not the same.
It's
Yeah,
the
but that's
Fable is more like Elder Scrolls.
Yes, it's more like Elder Scrolls.
There's no plot. You just gift the ladies until they like you.
And the ladies gives you gift.
Yeah.
After you're married, your wife will bring you gifts and send you messages that you should come home right now because I ate a lot of seafood.
And that's good. And also in Skyrim, your wife, she becomes a shopkeeper and she can sell you and buy stuff from you.
I'm
It's really
curious.
convenient.
That's completely realistic, and I mean, it's really in-depth romance. I feel it's
Everyone here
complex.
has played Skyrim, except for Lud.
Yes.
Yes, more or less.
Did everyone get married in Skyrim?
Yes.
Never come that far.
no.
I married one of the House Carl girls.
Lydia?
Yeah, I think
The
it was
first
Lydia.
one. So the
yeah.
very first person with personality you married.
Yeah, personality, but yeah.
You know, I married probably the best woman in Skyrim. She's an orcish blacksmith who lives in some like mountain dwarf town far off the lands. But she's an orc. There's not that many orcs that you can marry in Skyrim, and she's wonderful. I mean, if I had a wife, I would want her to be able to kill things with her hands.
You want an orc?
Well, yeah. Have you seen the tusks?
When I came to the point that I started just messing around and side questing and thinking about my life, like building a family, at that point I had exploited the system so far that I was like a god unto these people, and I felt like, should I really inflict my immortality upon these mortal women? I mean, I will live forever and be immortal, yet she will only be human. She deserves a human male. Not someone like me.
But that's not what gods do.
Then I just walk on with all my demigod magic and weapons.
if I
That's not
could,
very godly.
no, but if I could choose between Zeus and Robin as a god, I would probably choose Robin. because he wouldn't, you know...
He wouldn't throw fucking lightnings down your arse.
Yeah, and he wouldn't do terrible things to you when he's transformed into a bull.
But he has to be the god with the most boring origin story, right?
Same.
Because his ascension to power. His ascension to power was based on crafting paralyzing daggers, making mad profit until he could buy everything in the game.
No,
then I was unstoppable.
But can you imagine, like,
all the paralyzing?
Can you imagine, like, the book that speaks of his word, like his Bible, where they're like Psalm 14, and on the 71st day he gave unto the people 600 paralyzing daggers, and we bestowed upon him lots of gold for no reason.
That's the way to go.
At this point there was no further need for paralyzing daggers, yet the transaction was named in his holy name. Amen.
Amen.
And on the next day he returned with another 600 paralyzing daggers.
On the 72nd day. Oh, so that's awesome.
Yeah, you just have to wait 24 hours and all the shops have...
I guess you shouldn't really expect in-depth romance mechanics from a game that doesn't even have basic economics, where you can basically dump an infinite number of paralyzing daggers into the system and get gold out and nothing happens. You see no thieves with paralyzing daggers. The paralyzing daggers just disappear, turn into money, then you buy all the shit, and you're king.
You need an RPG with a living economy.
So,
but you only really get that in certain MMOs, but rarely even there.
I was just thinking, like, if we go back into our gaming history, what was the first game that really, like, explored the idea of romance in games for you that you played? For me, for example, it was Harvest Moon. Because in that game you could give gifts to pretty girls and they would marry you.
Yeah, there were like 3 or 4 different girls in town you could romance.
Yeah, and I was so young when I played that, so that very concept of actually hitting on girls, and that was completely alien to me, but after that game I was Casanova.
Not just romancing, you could get married, get a little child, raise a family.
Yeah,
Harvest Moon is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're a 12-year-old kid and play that game, and you're ready to start a family and build a log cabin, I mean, that's dedication. That's something, you taught me something, Harvest Moon. I love you.
The Sims 1.
The Sims.
That doesn't teach you anything.
No, it teaches a lot about romance.
It was the first... Before that, it was all hack and slash and bloodshed.
I gotta agree with Martin here.
Yeah.
Then The Sims, and then I tried to burn my family.
Everyone's burned their family to death.
I don't really want to talk about The Sims now. If I tell you my experience, it would not be politically correct.
The Sims has never been politically
correct. Like,
that's a game about torturing people in a dollhouse.
No, I think
it's like, this is a normal life. Now I'm bored. Now I want to make this life unnormal. I put in a wall here and here,
but,
and I light it on fire.
Also, it shows you why shows like Big Brother is so popular.
Yeah,
but it can also be very traumatic. How many have had a child taken away because you can't raise it?
No.
The children's service can come and take away your child if you abuse it.
Yeah, but then you have failed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't failed at The Sims.
No, but I see what you're getting at. I've failed too, but it was traumatic. But it's much more fun to talk about the stuff where you actually do crazy shit and people die. Like in
swimming pool.
But you're right in the way that Sims was one of the early games to introduce like an element of romance to people.
And consequences of a family.
Yeah, I mean I remember like. From The Sims, I've probably learned that if you shut 2 people into the same room long enough, they will get married, and that if you don't watch over people like a god, they will get married to someone in some way, somehow.
Yeah, it's the circle of life.
Yeah, but that's
people meet, get married,
all have
get
love
children.
affairs.
Yeah,
you can't have a friend house where you have couples living together because. They will cheat on each other and there will be fights.
The Sims also teaches you that it's very, very hard to get up in the morning and manage to take a shower, go in the toilet, brush your teeth, and eat something before going to work.
Under an hour!
It's fucking difficult. You really need to hurry. It's like,
yeah, you need like 20 minutes to go to the bathroom, 20 minutes to wash your hands, 20 minutes to take a shower, 20 minutes to cook food.
You need 20 minutes to get out of bed.
It reminds me, I saw this awesome post on The Sims. It was this guy who'd made like a labyrinth of hedges around his house. So when people got back from work, they had to go through this entire labyrinth to get to their house. And when they got to the house, so much time had passed that they would have to go leave for work again. So they just... it was this eternal circle of torture and pain where people got home from work and would never be allowed to rest.
That's all people do in The Sims. Do anyone actually play the game as intended, so to say?
Yeah,
I mean, if you have a look at like a mod site for The Sims, you know how much... Well, I guess those people don't play the game. They just make mods for the game. Like, I've seen like these really intricate hairstyles and pre-rendered, preset faces and eye
you want your Sims to look good when you kill them.
All characters from Star Wars.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
It's hilarious to see Jar Jar Binks make out with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, but the weird thing is like...
Or Darth Maul. Or the entire set from the Slayers.
But it's like, have you seen like, if we just look at all the different pre-made characters in The Sims, because you can make pretty much anything. So, have you ever actually seen anyone play with those? Like actually import and play them in a game? And if they do, does it ever come like a situation that could actually arise ever happen? Like if you create Darth Maul and Qui-Gon Jinn, do they actually have a lightsaber battle? No, that would never happen. So what's the point of having these characters that they will never interact in the way that they're supposed to interact?
They will fight and have beach parties.
No, they will get married.
And get married.
But I'm just thinking, it's...
Still better than 50 Shades.
I mean, a lot of people play The Sims, but some people play it like as a guilty pleasure or play it a little bit, and then there's those that only play The Sims, and they get all the expansions for The Sims. And I would classify these as a special type of gamer, because they're not a standard gamer, because they don't really necessarily play other games other than The Sims. They just play The Sims.
Are you gonna use the C word now?
And I'm... No. And I'm thinking, these people, do they really care about Star Wars? I guess there's some crossover, but I just don't quite see it. I don't know if this is a preconception of mine, but I just don't think that the Sims players are also Star Wars fanatics that really care about the lightsabers.
The moderators that created the Star Wars appearances.
And they care.
They care.
Because they did
They would like lightsabers.
But like this, The Sims in a way kind of remind me about Minecraft, because in Minecraft you also just build and you make stuff, but there's no real point to it. Sure, it has an ending, but that's not why people play Minecraft anymore. So The Sims and Minecraft have that in common, that you play it just for the sake of playing it.
Yeah.
And Minecraft also has a lot of mods.
Yeah, and Minecraft is better because in The Sims you're forced to just build houses.
Yeah, but one thing that I think Minecraft lacks.
In Minecraft you can build
a few
anything.
Things that Sims actually does have.
They are the same in that they are sandboxes. They give you a certain amount of tools, and then they just let you go nuts.
Yeah,
no one does the standard thing. Everyone does something special.
Yeah, Minecraft does have more tools, though. I'm okay with that. It does have more tools. It gives a lot of freedom to the player. But The Sims also has something that Minecraft hasn't, like the NPC system and the social interaction stuff. The Minecraft has nothing like it. You actually have to play multiplayer to be able to interact with people. In the Sims, I can play for hours without having ever talked to a person.
and that's a good thing.
I think that's an important base feature for many Sims players.
Yeah, I mean...
Avoiding interaction with others.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you buy expansion packs. So you don't actually have to talk to people.
I think it's very clear here that we don't actually know any Sims players.
I know.
Yeah, but we don't know any Sims players.
He means hardcore.
I know a hardcore Sim player. I know a hardcore.
So are we getting the mark here, or are we just spewing bullshit? Or
We don't need names.
Or is this a stereotypical,
It's the person I know.
accurate classification of a Sims player?
That doesn't
No, you don't know.
So
that
is this person an anti-social bully
No.
who tries to burn their Sims alive?
No.
Okay.
This person just built a lot of houses.
Do they also tell you stories about?
Good-looking houses.
Do they tell you stories about their Sims?
Yes.
Yeah. Do they have a web show where
No.
they? That's wasted potential, man.
Yeah.
If I was a hardcore Sims player, I would record.
Yeah,
all
but
the
that,
shit.
that whole video capturing thing is really difficult. It isn't.
No.
So, well, it kind of is. But let's not go into video capturing again.
We have real cameras this
Yeah,
episode. Does it notice?
Let's not go into that.
Cameras.
Yeah.
You're potentially listening to all this bullshit without any cuts at all.
Yeah.
It's just raw, unfiltered bullshit. Uncut
bullshit.
Yeah, it's like you said that the one where we call ourselves the Quartz Road nerds because we live on the Quartz Road. So it's shortened QRN,
which is Kern.
It sounds like corn.
Kern.
It's also like the same letters are used like for trains.
Yes. If you just type QRN in YouTube, you'll get a lot of videos of trains.
Yes.
I mean, we don't know that
like QRN freight trains.
We need a train episode. Trains are...
We should do a crossover with the other QRN.
Or
guys.
trucks.
Yes, trucks.
Trucks.
We can totally do a let's play on Euro Truck Simulator.
Oh, that would be awesome.
No, you guys can do trains. We'll do trucks.
With the FB truckers.
Oh man, I love the truckers. Put up one of the Facebook trucker pictures or two. I don't care. Just something. That's
You don't need to point. You're the one doing it.
And we need a picture. We need a picture of the trucker, the accident.
Yeah, the trucker crash. Put
up the trucker crash.
Look, no.
That we have to warn sensitive viewers that it was quite a horrible accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god.
It all started with Euro Trucker.
No, that's a result of the whole.
It's a result.
Yeah, I bought Euro Trucker 2 as part of a joke, and I hate myself by saying it, but I actually like the game.
It was a terrific game.
It's so nice to just sit, you see this long road ahead of you, and you have the country music playing in the back of your head.
And me and Dennis playing this Euro Trucker game 200 meters.
If we get 100 likes, I will probably do that, but I don't promise anything.
Let's play.
100 likes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna happen.
Are we gonna do the multiplayer?
No, we were gonna find a deathmatch mod.
Or are we gonna do it like we did in the old days? You play at your computer, I play at my computer, and we just talk with each other.
That would be okay, as long as we start each thing we say with ksh and end with ksh.
But I would like to see the multiplayer mode.
I think there is like a mod for it.
Yes, and one person had reviewed it, and he said, "Yay! Now I can play with my friends and meet them every 6 hours in real time."
Yeah, because the game covers like all of Europe.
Can't you take the same jobs and just go next to each other?
You can't.
Okay.
I mean, sure, you can be in the same town.
And you can drive like from Rotterdam to Calais.
Whatever. It's over all of Europe. Which is what makes it awesome.
My favorite work was to drive acid from Calais to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Acid.
Yes, in Amsterdam they do love their acid.
What you guys need here is more realism. You need to get more into the game. You should just get one of these steering wheels.
Steering wheels.
And then get an Oculus Rift so you get the full driving a truck for hours experience.
Yeah, but you haven't...
It's the next best thing to getting into a car and driving somewhere.
You haven't seen me play the game properly. Like this summer...
I have seen.
Yeah, every trucker needs something to motivate them. So I put up a fake picture of something that I think I called her Jolene. It was just this 70s picture I found that I put up on a screen next to me. And I was like, yeah, I'm driving for her. Because that's what truckers do. They're very romantic that way. I also had the cap on.
I also had my cap on.
Well, you can't play it without a cap.
And the shirt.
And the shirt, yeah.
I have a cold.
You do?
Yes.
I have a warm.
A common cold.
I hadn't even noticed.
Unlike in Star Trek, where they had defeated the common cold for all eternity.
But that was a lie. Because they get fucking sick with shit all the time. That's exactly like the cold.
I mean, Star Trek does Star Trek actually have any like realistic scenarios that they propose? Like, this is going to happen in the future, that people are like, yeah, that could totally happen.
Yeah, like overpopulation, Third World War.
Yeah, but do they ever like show that?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a great two-parter in DS9 where they Cisco and Bashir go back in time to the breaking point where the war was about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the scary thing is, yeah, they go to like America, and I don't know exactly what date they put.
No,
in
it's
it,
like the 22nd.
They describe how they came to the point, and that point where they have a very segregated society where they have put all the non-contributors, people that don't work.
Yeah,
they
unemployed.
The unemployed people, they put in special zones where they are taken care of. They are given welfare, and they live in horrible conditions. And there are riots and looting, and it's really scary how similar it is to present day, really. With the very bad economic situation in America, and there's rioting and looting because people think it's shit and they're very unhappy.
That sounds very Soylent Greenish.
Yeah, Soylent Green is a good movie, actually.
Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I have practically seen it by having it described to me. So
maybe.
I mean, sure, it's an old sci-fi movie, but it looks so good. I love it. And it's so dystopian. It's so
like the
so much
riots.
people. Yeah, the riots, and they have these huge grävskopas.
You can say it in Swedish, and I will translate.
Grävskopor.
Yeah, I've translated that.
Bulldozers. These giant bulldozers, and they just shovel people back into their houses across the streets. And everything they can eat is these Soylent crackers. And of course the movie is about Soylent Green, a special variety of Soylent.
Yeah, the best kind.
But that's good. And it's like the medieval times all over again, because only the rich and the powerful can eat real meat. It's exotic.
It's kind of fun when I think about like movies from the 70s and 60s and 80s, because I was born in 87, and when I grew up in the 90s, I didn't get to watch those scary movies and stuff like that. So now that I'm over 25, I can actually start looking at those movies that I missed when I was a kid, and that way I never saw things like Soylent Green and stuff like that. I never saw the old sci-fi movies, but now I can look back at those. And it's fantastic how much you've missed up until this point. Because there are so many, like Logan's Run, for example.
Yeah, I haven't actually watched.
I've watched Logan's Run, and it's a fantastic movie. I'd never seen it until like a few years ago.
Yeah, and actually this is quite relevant. Just a couple of weeks ago, we started watching all the Dune. We watched the Dune movie from '84. We watched the Dune miniseries from 2000 and 2003. And oh wow, Dune! It's so fucking awesome. Plans within plans. Fear is the mind killer.
Yeah,
that's like
fear is the little death that brings total
there
obliteration.
are plenty of Dune games as well.
I think the most fun thing about
I will let it pass through me until there is nothing. Only I will remain.
I think the funniest thing about experiencing the Dune universe now, after having experienced so much other sci-fi, it's seeing all the little things, the similarities that other sci-fi has borrowed from Dune. It's kind of like if you had read a lot of fantasy and then you read Lord of the Rings, and you would see all the similarities, see all the archetypical things that others have borrowed afterwards.
Are we going back to Games Workshop?
Yeah, we're going back.
Because Games Workshop has borrowed quite a lot from the Dune universe.
They borrowed quite a lot from many sci-fi novels. Too bad that they are full of shit themselves and don't let anyone else even write the slightest thing about them.
It's like,
So yeah, we're back. We lost Robin because of an unrelated RPG accident.
yeah.
He will probably not return until it's way too late. So let's get down to the dirty business, fellas. It's Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
So what's the...
This is the best Valentine's Day so far in my life.
That's so sad. Anyway, I don't care.
You're sad.
Yes, I'm very sad. I want to make a pillow fort and eat pizza. But so, what's the best video game waifu in recent times?
Recent times?
Yeah, like over the past 5 years. Do you want me?
I have so many.
Okay.
Should I make a list?
No, just one.
Based on different genres?
Just one.
Okay. The first one that pops into my mind is Helena Douglas from Dead or Alive series.
Picture.
Yes, picture. Because she has really, really long hair. And she fights cool, and she's from France.
Wait. Do we want this character as a wife? Game
No,
wife?
he does.
He does.
He asked us about our wives.
I was thinking like in a storyline in a game. Okay.
It's the girl you want to marry.
Okay. Now I'm curious. Yes.
So Helena.
Because we are nerds, right?
And she has really long hair.
Yes.
And she's
French.
She's French. You got something for the French?
Yeah, though you can't really hear that she's French if you have the original Japanese audio, but I like her original voice actress.
So Helena Douglas. That's not a very French name though.
No.
But then again, it's a sign by
I'm pretty sure she's like half French though, because if I remember the lore correct, her father once were the director of the Dead or Alive company.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Okay, Martin, go ahead. You still got nothing?
I think the blonde girl from Gears 4 3.
The blonde girl from Gears 4 3. Anna.
Anya Stroud.
The Valkyrie of Death.
Yeah.
I could totally marry that girl.
Yeah, who doesn't like
She
Anya?
kind of reminds me of the one from that recent movie with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Edge of Tomorrow, the Full Metal Bitch.
Yeah,
I have not seen Edge of Tomorrow.
It's a really cool movie if you like power armors, exoskeletons, aliens, and
time travel.
And chicks in
And
power
Groundhog
armor
Day.
with giant swords.
Nice.
And Groundhog Day.
Totally.
Groundhog Day, yes.
Groundhog.
Yeah, it's
with power armor and swords.
Yes.
That would rule everything.
No, but Anya.
Yeah.
She's funny. She's badass.
Yeah.
And she could probably kill me in hundreds of ways.
Yeah, so you have to be really nice to her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But probably you just be chainsawed to death.
Or
yeah,
bayoneted.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, you want a wife who can pierce you with her bayonet. Yes.
Anyone that has a bayonet. For me, it's probably Rhonda from Dead Rising 3. None of you have played this.
No.
Dead Rising 3 is a terrible game overall because the characters are like way over the top. But Rhonda is special to me. I mean, she's so awesome.
Is she like a love interest for the main character?
No, she's not. She's a love interest for a side character. Anyway, she's this mechanic with like lots of tattoos, racing tattoos and stuff like that. I'm gonna put up a picture. And she's... it's minor spoiler. She, a bit into the game, she gets her left arm cut off. But she's this mechanic and she's really like handy with stuff, so she puts a flamethrower there instead.
She has a flamethrower arm.
She has a flamethrower arm, she has tattoos, and she's like a hard rock engineer chick.
I should have played this game. Yes, that would be my game wife.
Yeah, that would probably be yours too.
But
mostly because of the flamethrower.
It sort of reminds me about the Robert Rodriguez movie, Planet Terror.
Yeah.
You know, when the girl loses her leg and
she
gets
puts
a machine gun.
An M16.
Yeah,
in the leg.
Perhaps an
It is an
M60?
No,
I think
it's not an
It's an
M60.
M16.
It's an M4 or M16.
Okay.
One of the assault carbines.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they can discuss that in the comments.
I always thought it was a bigger gun.
No, it's not bigger.
Well,
Yeah,
I watched it the year it came out. I haven't watched it
I
since.
haven't seen Planet Terror because I kind of fell asleep trying to. But I love zombie movies.
It has a really funny scene as well, though this might not be funny to the viewers, but in the context it's pretty funny. When one of the female leads, a woman who has a small child in her car, and she has a gun in the car as well, she tells the kid, stay here. And don't touch the gun, and it lies there on the dashboard. She goes into the house to get the other characters, and when she's walked like a couple of meters from the car, you hear BAM! And the kid has shot himself. That's not funny, but
No, that's hilarious.
that's hilarious.
I love it when kids shoot themselves. That's like the best thing ever.
That's
hilarious.
Then again, it's kind of irresponsible to leave your 10-year-old child with a loaded gun in a car.
That kind of reminds me of the plot in Dying Light. You haven't heard this, Martin. I love this part. There's this guy in Dying Light where you kind of meet him early on and he says, I want to go blow up that house with a lot of plastic explosives. But my sister won't let me because I will probably kill myself. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. And later on in the game you meet his sister and she's like, have you met my brother, the one who wants to blow up that house with plastic explosives, but I won't let him because he's gonna kill himself? And I'm like, why do they keep referencing this? Later on in the game, you actually find a cache of plastic explosives when you're out with this woman searching for supplies. And she says, oh man, we should bring all these plastic explosives back to the quartermaster and my little brother. He can take care of this. Nothing bad will probably happen from this. So we bring the plastic explosives to him and he's like, oh, I promise not to use this. I'm not gonna have anything to do with this. And, well, yeah, you can imagine what happens. He runs off with the plastic explosives, fails miserably and gets himself killed. And it's so bad. It's the worst thing. I face-palmed so hard an earthquake shattered the windows.
Yeah, that's probably one of the worst pieces of game writing in history.
I mean, it's like these guys, you gotta remember that these guys have like millions and millions and millions of dollars. They have people in fancy suits who sit on a big table talking about this stuff. Like, should we have this character say this stupid shit?
Yeah,
and everyone unanimously voted yes. Somewhere down the line, someone took the responsibility for putting this in the plot. And it's so sad.
Yes, it's like having someone next to you who says, as soon as I get a knife, I'll fucking kill myself. And he says it twice, and you find a knife, and you decide to give it to this person, because why the hell not? What's the worst that could happen?
And he's like,
and then you're surprised when he kills himself with the knife.
Are you serious? Are you putting the knife right in front of me? Have you not heard me? No. I just want to see what happens.
I trust you.
I trust you. Okay. I think that Dying Light is a really good example of, because the gameplay is really fun. You get to like kill zombies in so many ways, and I love killing things. But the writing is just so terribly bad.
Yeah.
It's like,
is it trying to be comedian or?
No, it's taking itself completely seriously. That's the worst part. Like, if you imagine a bad guy, what's a generic bad guy like? Like, he has no motivation at all.
No, he wants to destroy the world because someone pissed him off in high school.
Yeah, basically. That's like the original bad guy. That's exactly the kind of bad guy there is in Dying Light. He's like, the world's natural state is chaos. Therefore, I am for chaos.
That's like the bad guy in Army of Two 13th Day.
Yeah, Army of Two 13th Day. We played that one, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
that's the same. He has this atomic bomb that is going to
set off
just because. What the fuck?
Well, if I
and on the road to him, you have to kill this tiger just because.
Yeah, I mean, why did you have to kill the tiger?
Yeah, I heard about that. Did you get a choice? Though?
Yes, you get a choice. You can skip.
We didn't kill the tiger, right? The first playthrough.
We didn't kill the tiger.
No, I remember that because later on that tiger kills someone.
It ate a bank robber.
Yeah, because it's like hiding in a car.
Okay.
The tiger sneaks off, hides in a car, and a bank robber comes, takes the car, and gets eaten by the tiger.
So the light side choice is to let the tiger live.
Yeah.
And then he comes back and helps you by eating a bank robber.
Well, it's in the end credits, but yeah.
Ah, okay.
It's
a video right after you see.
Yeah, maybe that. I don't really remember. But yeah, it's a cutscene where he kills someone. But it's kind of fun. I really like the Army of Two series.
Save tigers, kill bad guys.
Yeah, but I like the Army of Two series just because they had these little cutscenes after you make a choice that show you like the direct consequences, and you never know what it's gonna be.
And the security guard.
Yeah.
You have the option to steal weapons from him.
Or you can
leave the weapons with him. If you take the weapons,
I just think he like walks away and dies or something.
He walks away. No, he dies.
Yeah.
He dies because one of the characters pulls a gun and accidentally fires it into him and he dies.
Yeah.
And if you leave the weapons, he's gonna steal them and
sells them to like the terrorists.
Sells them to terrorists.
So it's kind of funny because it doesn't matter what you do, someone is gonna die and something terrible is gonna happen. But I actually like the Army of Two series just because it's so over the top and it's just like classic action and they don't try to make it anything else.
Yeah, it sort of reminds me of a certain movie series that's quite popular these days.
One?
Expendables.
Oh right, the Expendables.
Yes.
You know, I don't know much about the Expendables, but I heard that there's I don't know how much truth there is to it, but there's this one guy who wants to make an Expendables but for like B-movie horror guys.
Oh, that would be awesome!
That would be fantastic.
I hope it's Asylum that wants to do it.
Oh my god, I can't remember. Why can't I remember? Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
It's Bruce Campbell.
He's the one who's been talking about he wants to make an Expendables kind of movie but with B-movie horror celebrities.
Yeah,
that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Sure, I like the idea of the Expendables too because I've seen a few and the movies are so, but it's so awesome just to like play Spot the celebrity because there's
everyone's in
it and it's so fantastic and they even get people like Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Bruce Willis, Chuck Norris. Yeah, the second one was kind of cool because you had Chuck Norris and Bruce Willis.
And the funny thing with the second one, there's no swear words. Because Chuck Norris wouldn't be in the movie if they said fuck one time in the movie, he wouldn't be in it.
Yeah, in the third one they got Wesley Snipes.
They got Wesley Snipes in the third one.
I love Wesley Snipes. He's so awesome.
I haven't seen the third.
I haven't seen it either. I just know Wesley Snipes is in it.
I saw it. I think I was at the movies. I said it when I saw it. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Wesley Snipes is awesome.
We sort of digressed from the starting topic, right?
Of the gaming wife.
Yeah, the Valentine's Day and waifus.
Yeah, so we
because I sort of just remember that you have Final Fantasy games. Because we've all played a lot of Final Fantasy games, and there are a lot of girls in these games.
Yeah.
Like
so Final Fantasy waifu.
From the number from the fourth game, or is it? I can't really remember, but
there's plenty of them.
There's
plenty of girls in Final Fantasy, but I don't remember. Girl characters from
I do find it kind of uninteresting though because there's just one viable option. There's just one character.
Barrett.
You mean in the whole series?
Yeah, in the whole series. Because they're all terrible people except one.
I know who you're gonna say.
Yeah, everyone knows.
I died for your sins. Spoiler alert!
I will never get over this. It ruined my teenage years completely.
I played it after turning 20, so I don't really feel as strong about it.
Instead, let's talk about the villains. What's the greatest villain. I mean, not like in all games, but like great villains overall. Because this brings me directly to Sephiroth.
But we're not talking about Final Fantasy.
No,
Any villains, any game.
Any villain.
Yeah, but I want to start with Sephiroth.
Yeah, of course.
Because Sephiroth, sure, in the game, I'm thankful for him bringing like this antagonistic narrative. He's a good villain. He makes you hate him. But what I don't like, because, well, I kind of like it too, but the way he... I think it's because of the fans. Because there are so many people who love Sephiroth. And he's got all these fangirls who are like, oh man, he's so pretty, he's so beautiful, he's just misunderstood, he's awesome. And I'm like, no, he's a fucking evil mastermind villain. He wants to destroy everything. There's nothing good about him in any way.
But you know, stuff like that is quite popular. You know, these 50 Shades of
50 Shades.
Something. Yeah, I mean, it could just the same be 50 Shades of Sephiroth.
I guess people just like being abused.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, can't we all just promise that if any one of our viewers wants to date us, we'll abuse them horribly?
No,
yeah.
I could never do that.
Though,
this is a joke, Martin!
if any of the viewers out
Jesus
there...
Christ!
If you wanna come here and abuse me, I'm fine with that.
No, I'm not fine with that.
I'm fine with you abusing him.
I'm not. I have like this much wall between him and me, and I don't want to go.
I know.
I don't want to go to sleep to the sound of. So yeah, please don't come here and abuse us. Well,
my favorite villain, Jack from Borderlands 2.
Oh man, he's actually a really good one.
He's the best villain ever.
Because he's like...
I got this golden horse just because I can.
Oh good.
And it's alive.
I haven't even played the games.
I should call him. I will call him Butt Stallion.
In honor of you.
In honor of you. Hey, hello, Butt Stallion. Butt Stallion says hello.
But sure, he's a really funny villain, but he's also a really nasty villain.
He's really nasty. He's killing off.
Let's not spoil too much of it.
He's killing off a lot of things from the earlier games.
Yeah, he kills off things that you enjoy and like, and he's really nasty the way he does it too, and he's a corporate villain. Yeah,
he has a lot of gadgets, a lot of cash, and he can just throw everything at you just because he can.
Yeah, like a golden pony.
Yes, like a golden pony, but you never meet a golden pony named Butt Stallion.
Maybe there's like an Easter egg or something. There should be
an expansion.
No, perhaps I haven't played any other expansions.
There are no more expansions. The sequel game is pretty good.
Isn't it the pre-sequel?
The pre-sequel.
Yeah.
The pre-sequel game is kind of awesome.
I haven't played it.
I have it.
But I only know it because you can play with as the little robot.
Yes.
Please put up a picture of the robot. Claptrap.
Claptrap.
Yeah,
and it's I have read somewhere that it is the original Claptrap from Borderlands and Borderlands 2.
Yeah, well...
But it has a different name in pre-sequel.
Well, maybe he's just lying about the name. Because he's a sociopathic thing. Does he actually have guns in that game?
He has a lot of guns. And
why would anyone give him guns?
And when Jack meets him, he says, this day just got a lot worse. Well, he doesn't like Claptrap at all and finds him annoying from the start.
In the universe, nobody likes Claptrap. Like, nobody came to his birthday party.
Everyone came to his birthday.
Not in Borderlands 2.
All his friends came to his...
Yeah, which is no one.
You bring his friends to his birthday party.
Yeah. So you got a villain for us.
Yeah, though it's more of your kind of villain, I suppose.
My kind of villain.
Yeah, let's see if you can guess. It's a villain that scares the fucking shit out of you.
Okay, it's a monster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it scares the shit out of you.
Zombies?
Yeah. And it scares the shit out of you.
Well, it can be pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Is it one zombie?
Yeah.
One zombie in particular?
Yeah, one zombie in
particular.
Wow,
I don't know what that is.
Okay. This is a famous quote. Stores.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you know Nemesis. Because in the game, the third game, right?
Yeah.
Resident Evil 3, he can just... I mean, that's like that's a jump scare from hell, because like, yeah, you escape from Nemesis and you turn around and there, right next to you, there's
with
Nemesis.
A fucking rocket launcher.
Yeah.
You can't kill. Maybe isn't the second one?
Yeah, it might be the second one.
He just shows up. Either he straight up murders you, or you kill him by throwing everything you have at him, and he still returns later.
Yeah, and that's a creepy bad guy, at least. I don't know if he's good because he doesn't have like character or motivation.
Yeah.
Besides that, he's fucking scary.
The thing is, Resident Evil has been like completely ruined for me. I liked the Resident Evil series pretty early on, but since the movies came out and the last like 3 sequels, the entire series has gone completely to shit.
All black goo zombies.
I don't even know anymore. It's like I think it was Resident Evil 4 or 5 when they had this. It almost looked like Pyramid Head from Silent Hill. It was this huge guy with a huge axe who just walks. I think it's from the 5th one where they're in Africa. And I was just like, they're completely out of ideas. Sure, he's cool, but this is nothing new. This brings nothing to the table.
I remember though playing the 4th one where he's like in like a Romanian deserted village or something, and that's fucking creepy because it's in the middle of the day, and down this street and it's ruined houses comes a huge guy with a bag. A sack over his head and a big chainsaw, and he just walks right up to you. It's like fucking Chainsaw Massacre.
And
that is pretty cool.
They have like the exact same thing in Resident Evil 5, except that it's just another common enemy. It's like nothing special about it. He just shows up and you kill him and that's it.
Yeah.
And let's acknowledge the movie's existence. Let's acknowledge that they made the conscious choice to throw all the lore out the window to give Mila Jovovich another fucking movie.
Yeah, I like her.
That was my face from The Ring, as if Samara had been coming out of the TV.
Yeah, we shouldn't judge each other though based on what we like and don't like.
Cool line from
they do.
Yes,
they do. Like what?
The mercenary, when he says, "I used to work for Umbrella Corporation. Now I consider myself freelance."
Yeah, that's from the second one, I think.
Yes.
The problem I have with this is something that I can never forgive them for. That originally they thought about having George Romero do the Resident Evil movies. He was the first one, and he submitted some. As far as I've known, he submitted some kind of screenplay or something, like an example of what the movie would be like. And they still took this other guy. They could have had the father of zombie genre. Instead, they chose random action guy married to Mila Jovovich. And I will never forgive them for this. Ever.
Yeah, and we shouldn't even get started on World War Z.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You've gotten me started on World War Z. Like, the book and the movie, the only thing in common is the name. In the movie, the zombies are a fluid. they just run down the street like a stream of zombies. I mean, if you just added like some happy little trees to the side, it could be a meadow of just flowing zombies, like a stream, like a river of death.
row your boat down the stream.
I got the image of like a Victorian 16th century couple rowing a boat down a stream, and one will have this really big umbrella.
Yeah, and on the shore there's a guy painting a beautiful painting
and you
of
can
the
see in the stream like. And they're like, "Oh, Angelica, it's ever such a pleasant day. Oh, the corpses are hungry today." Yeah, that's what World War Z brought to the zombie genre. So I'm in favor of pretty much anything else than that. Maybe not like... There are bad zombie movies that are even worse though, but those actually try their best to be bad. Because, let's face it, B movies are never going to go away. And some of them are awesome.
I hope not.
Like, I saw Sharknado 2 the other day, and it was bad. It was so bad that I actually lost interest in watching it just ironically. So I was actually like, man, I can't do this.
But B movies will always have a special place in a movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're unavoidable. Some people will always make them.
And some people will always watch them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually pretty hard for me to watch the Lord of the Rings movies as well.
Yeah,
the Hobbit, you know.
Yeah, you don't like spiders.
You don't like spiders. I just remember you don't like spiders.
Yeah,
spiders.
And I don't like them and I don't dislike them, I just don't find them very interesting.
I have no problems with spiders, but unless in pen and paper RPGs, I fucking hate spiders.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I am arachnophobic though, because even a tiny Swedish spider gives me a lot of anxiety.
Yeah,
fear.
I mean, in Sweden we don't have poisonous or venomous or whatever it is spiders. We don't have that. But still, a lot of people in Sweden are afraid of spiders. And I totally get that, because it's like one of those base instincts that we still have. I mean, I'm kind of afraid of snakes and sharks. Not that much snakes anymore, but still sharks. There are no sharks in Sweden.
No.
There's nothing that would make me emulate such a terrible feeling of dread.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't mind sharks. If I could swim with sharks, fine. But my little sister, she's not afraid to death of sharks.
We've been talking about phobias, and we've been talking about Valentine's, and we've been talking about pretty much anything. So we're gonna wrap this up. You guys...
Yeah, there's no structure.
No, we don't need structure. We're awesome. So, do we got anything that we like to say to our viewers who are watching this? They're probably watching it after Valentine's, though, but we can still like send them a message. There's like the 5 people watching. Where 3 of them are us. I would say build pillow forts. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we can't have more pillow forts. That's my message. Fuck it, we'll end on that.
We're probably gonna do this again, so go ahead and post whatever stupid shit you want us to talk about in the comments. Thanks!